I'm having a little bit of a hard time this morning, and I've done a really good job through this entire surrender series being very intentional about the journal prompts that I brought to you and the things that we're going to talk about. And today I kind of just felt like I just needed to show up and be honest. Not that I'm not honest, but just show up and let the Lord work. I want to talk about some of the constraints that you put on yourself. And they're good, and I do them too. And I'm talking about things like having a sort of regimented way of eating, intermittent fasting like you know that I do and many of you do out there, sleep tracking, exercising, even things like when you check work emails and your work schedule, how you clean the house, how you take care of your family, the things that, even early morning sitting and journaling and praying, or before you go to bed, writing 5 things that you're grateful for. All of these things that truly do give us a more rich life, that help us get through life, help us manage our emotions and our feelings, and help us work on longevity and health and being a better human and being able to serve the Lord. These are all good things. But sometimes they can take us away from our Lord a little bit because we're focused too much on them. Let me give you an example. So I'm at the end of a vacation with my family, and I made a concerted decision before I left not to bring my Oura Ring. I love my Oura Ring. I track my sleep every single night. There had been some changes to the app. I'm a 45-year-old woman, so there's changes in my sleep. I'm stressed out because of a job and family and things like that, which I didn't really think I was before until I came back. It was in Mexico being a missionary, and then I came back and I was like, wow, I have a lot more stress here than a human should have, honestly. And so I'm working on that. Anyway, long story short, my sleep has been not good, and I feel like I wake up and the first thing I'm doing in the morning is not getting sun before screens like I talk about in my sleep series, but I'm going straight to my app and I'm looking at, how did I sleep? And my day seems to be dependent on that score. If my score's not good, then I'm thinking, my day's shot and I'm in a bad mood. So I took it off and I put it away. I truly do believe, at least for this week, I truly do believe that we should be tracking, that we should know what's going on with our body. We should be, have some rules, some loose rules around eating and sleeping and working and stress and all of those things. But sometimes those constraints need to be let go for a while. Sometimes you need to give yourself a break. And there is a fine line between, let's say, going on vacation and drinking all day and night and never moving your body and eating like poop and all of that kind of stuff. And there's a space for that, I guess, too. I mean, especially if you're in your 20s, like, right? Early 30s, we did it. We need to keep some semblance of responsibility over this body the Lord gave us and over our work and things like that. But you also have to let it go sometimes. You have to let everything go and just be. So what are some of the constraints that perhaps you've built up in your life? Some of the hard, fast rules that maybe you carry in your life in the name of, this is good for me, this is healthy, this is what's going to help me keep my job, this is what's going to help me take care of my family. And I know I'm talking a lot about the health stuff because that's kind of where I live, but I think there's others out there. There's those of you out there who have these hard, fast rules and constraints around your kids, around your marriage, around relationships, things like that seem good, right? Like, I have to call this person every other day at this time. But sometimes you have to let that go. Sometimes you have to call that person at a different time. Sometimes you have to let it breathe for a couple of days just because you need to have a couple of days off. So what are these constraints that you put around yourself that you need to let go of a little bit? If just for a little while. I'll go back. I'll leave vacation. I'll go back. I'll put back on my Oura Ring. I'll start tracking again. But I'm hoping that I'll have a better relationship with it and my day won't be defined by a number, a score, a sleep score. And I'll be a better person for having let that go a little bit. Same thing with intermittent fasting. You have to cycle through that. I talk about that all the time. It cannot be a hard, fast rule all the time. So what are the constraints that you're putting on yourself? Write those down. Perhaps you need to let go of. And I think the first thing you should do is list them, like I did. Sleep is a big one for me. Intermittent fasting is a big one for me. Exercising every single day, moving every single day, which I truly believe in. And I don't think I would stop doing that. There are days, especially within my cycle, that I'll stop, but list everything. And then go back and look at them and see if there's some that you need to take a break from, at least for a little while. Change things up for a little bit. Maybe you're getting in a rut. Maybe you're feeling sad. Maybe you're having a day that you're just kind of struggling like I am today. And the answer to that could be letting go of some of the constraints that you put on yourself. Spending a little bit more time just being so that the Lord can meet you there. Even this, if you need to take a break, a day off from waking up in the morning and journaling and writing, that's okay. It really is. God's going to be there anyway. He's going to meet you there. Have a blessed one.